Welcome.
Hello.
Very good, very good. Once again, Hearns from home, episode 69 or so.
Mm-hmm.
One big night. Lots of rain down here in Melbourne. Another big night of hobbies for us.
I can't hear it. Is it raining?
Another big weekend of hobbies for us, I think.
Absolutely.
Yeah.
Going to be a big weekend. So what do we have on? Lots of things tonight. I think there's several bread boxes are here. Several.
Yeah, it's got the whole stack there.
Are exploding.
My boxes have been getting thrashed, crashed, and beaten this week. So
yeah,
we've got a lot of good things in there.
And possibly from next week, there may be even more special box. Maybe.
Oh yes.
Very special, maybe.
I'm reluctant to even announce that until it's in my hot little hand.
Yeah, I think so, but it may be coming. B just got some new kits, new Gundams, some new Hearns workshop stuff coming. Some exciting things.
We've got Uncle Tompler coming to play with us tonight.
That's right.
Uncle Tompler should be online in a minute or so, maybe 5. And less than Gundams. So, where do we start? We've got the card of the night, of the week, the day.
All right. Let's have a look. What's that?
Oh.
Color is very clear, but once again, we need to guess the make, the model, and the color. The color has a very specific name, even though it looks like what it looks like, but it's got a very specific name. So
that's an odd-looking two-door. That one.
Is it from Sweden?
And if it's too hard to guess, we need to blame Tom. Tom choose the car. So he may end up helping us in a minute.
It's got a pretty specific profile, so you never know. I reckon that the car buffs out there are going to come up pretty quick.
Indeed.
Maybe a car nut will get that one for sure.
I'll let it here for another 2 seconds.
Oh.
Cool. All right. This is it for the car. So got lots of people tonight on. So welcome everyone. We have Tony, Jane, Peter, Jason. Quite a lot. Welcome everyone. So as always, feel free to ask any questions in the comments. We will try to address them as best as we can. We have some train stuff. Actually, I've got a train here with me. Very special.
Oh, you've got to take it out of the box, mate.
No, not yet. Later.
Oh, all right.
I still haven't figured out how to open the box. I'm not as good as you with boxes.
That's true. Probably true.
Very good. So, should we talk about the competition?
Yes, shall we?
I've been so excited and I've been so glad seeing everybody's work.
Did you find yours, Brad? Still looking for?
It's in a box somewhere and I just can't find it.
Mine is actually inside the house. I forgot.
These aren't quite finished yet.
So,
but I guess we have to win the competition sometime, don't we? So
Indeed.
We can't just wait for you to finish them, BJ, so then you can put the competition to an end.
Oh, nah.
So tonight is the last day of to submit your competition. Evening, Tommy.
Hey, Tom.
He's muted himself. IT problems.
Oh, yes.
You've muted yourself, Tommy. I don't know.
All right, Tommy's here, is with us anyway. So let's get started. Let's see if he can get his audio work.
We can do
so. Today is the last day of the competition, isn't it?
It is the last competition. So the timing was meant to be 5 p.m. Australian Eastern Standard Time, but I normally leave these competitions open until midnight. So if you're still working on it and you want to get your entry in, you still got some time. So after this, we'll still be looking at them. We'll be judging them over the weekend and through the week. So there's a few entries already, and they look really good. But this is where I'm up to. So I did quite a bit more work on this one. If you saw it last week, I put a little bit more work on the highlights and the shadows and the camouflage. I tried to do a sort of civilian type camouflage, although it's sort of blue and looks naval. So that's my idea of what's going to happen there. But I really want to work on a rain effect. So I was going to do all the rain, what do you call them? The rings and things with raindrops coming down and rain dripping off. And then this guy, I don't know, he's Mr. Skullhead. He's got his clear leg as well. So I don't know. You can see how they're basically the same figure, but just with some different colors and a few different additions. they actually look very, very different.
What's
Indeed.
the stick? What's this? What's the pole for?
Which pole? The white pole. This was going to be a like a giveaway sign, and then this bit of stick is actually just a bit of old time, so it's a bit of herb.
Well, you've got no time. It closes at midnight tonight, mate. Come on.
Who's me?
Running out of time.
Well, I can start working on it now. See how we go.
Oh.
And this bush here, that's a Martin Warburg bush. It's come out really well.
Oh wow, that's really nice actually.
Yeah, it looked really natural.
Very, very nice.
So if you got your entry, so I'm looking at you, Tony. If you got it sort of done, get it all in, and we'll get them judged up over the week.
Next week. Yeah,
and then we'll look at we'll look at what next competition we'll do.
Yes, actually. Yeah. So if anyone is interested in suggesting anything for the next competition, that'd be really good. I think this was good fun. We're very interested. We can still work on some special, perhaps printed products, and maybe change the theme or something. Could be maybe some upgrades for a given aircraft or again a diorama with something. Just feel free to suggest. Any ideas are really welcome. So could be good. So it should be good. So Tony's still working on this one. All right, it's going to be a long night for Tony. Have fun with that. Should be good.
Good stuff.
So here's the car again. There's a suggestion. Is a Volvo P1800. I don't think it's a Volvo. Is it?
Is it a Saab?
Tom is still silent.
Citroen.
Wait. It's my fault. Sorry, Tom, it was my fault. You're free to talk. No, that wasn't my fault.
No.
Tommy, you're working.
I can't hear you.
We need to put some subtitles.
Can do sign language.
Nah. Oh dear. Cool. So where do we start tonight? Should we go into the first Brett's box? How many boxes do you have, Brett?
We can dive head first into Brett's box. The first one, it's going to be a little one. Now, I need a bit of help and support. From you guys with this one. These things are fairly new to me, and I've just fallen in love with them in the past, I want to say months. But since I've got my hands on them, they haven't left my side. The first one is a 9-step gizmo tool set. Now, what are these good for?
All sorts of things. Actually, I forgot to bring mine.
I'm going to open them. It's a very simplistic 9-steps tool piece. So it's our own range. It's made from, I don't know the technical term. I'm going to say like a plastic. It's definitely a plastic. But there's a few different shapes and sizes. And I've actually been using them on RC to scrape double-sided tape off, to poke wires in when I'm doing wires, so you're not actually hurting or damaging the wires, the little receiver wires and stuff, and also for applying shoe goo and stuff with these pointy ends. So they're really good. There's like every tool's double-ended, and yeah, extremely handy to have in your toolbox, just lying there for when you need a third hand or you can't get in there. And BJ assures me that if you do forget your chopsticks, you can, get stuck into dinner with them. So
yeah, man, you don't have to starve.
You don't have to starve if you've got some 9-step gizmos.
No, if you're really hungry, you use the short ones too.
I've asked Warwick about these, and he said, well, there's nothing that they can't do. And I don't know that I believe that, but I'm prepared to try. So come up with something that gizmos can't do, and we'll try it.
That's for your miniature bicycle, to change the tube of your 1/10 scale bicycle.
Change the tube. BJ reckons that you can pop the top off your beer with it. You can do anything. Chopsticks. 9-step gizmo tool set.
Really good for glue too.
Yeah. I have pieces of that everywhere around the house.
Yeah, and I just, like I said, they're just good for they're good for everything. Now the next thing I'm going to have a talk to you about is our 9-step sanding blocks. Now, people might say, what's an RC guy got to do with sanding blocks? Well, anybody who knows me knows that I'm a bit of a fuss pot, and I like to clean up all the plastics on my cars to make sure that all the castings are fit, gearbox housings, diff housings, stuff like that. And I used to just use a bit of wet and dry on a bit of glass and do it like that, and that was fine until I discovered these. And they're just so convenient, and they don't seem to wear out. I'm sure they do, but they come in 6 grades. So each piece here is double-sided, so it's got different grades on it. So we can see this one here has got 600, and flip it over and there's 800. We've got 1200 and 1000. And on this one, we've got, for the rough stuff, for when the going gets tough, we've got 240 and 400. And yeah, I've used them wet, I've used them dry. Warwick and the boys assure me that you can cut them to get into tight spaces and put it on the end of your gizmo. And here's one that I got secondhand donated from me that was the start of my love affair with the 9-step sanding block. And have a look at it.
One I chopped.
It's been chopped, yeah. It looks like your work. Well, it does look like your work. But you can see it's got bits of gearbox casing, it's got bits of shoe glue on it, and they're sort of self-cleaning in a way. I don't know, there's some sort of sorcery going on that makes them really good value. Like I said, and it's something now that I can't be without. And you know, I've never had better nails.
It's amazing the coating, because as you use them, you can see the material on the surface, but then after you tap it a little bit, it just all comes off. There's this anti-clog green stuff that's on it, and they last for ages.
Yeah. And if mine does clog up, because I often use it like with a WD-40 or a fine, like a penetrating oil as wet and dry, then I'll just get a bit of our simple green spray, just wipe it off with that, and then it's good as gold. It just wipes it off and it's clean.
Yeah.
Like I said, this one has built, you know, a couple of 8 scale cars. It's redone the 10th scale, and yeah, it's like I said, you just can't kill it. And it wasn't new when I got it, so it's a revelation to me. And based on that, I think everybody needs them.
Yeah, they're really handy. Yeah, and the grit range is really good too.
Well, they do everything. Like I said, I'm not really doing painting and polishing, so the rough ass one, the 240 to 400 covers most of my needs with the heavy plastics. But I'm sure that now I've got the full set, I'll be sanding everything.
It's good. They're really good. You can't go wrong with them. I think everyone needs them. Now, whether you're doing plastic models, you'll be using the whole range if you're doing plastic models, or if you're doing RC, just something a little abrasive like that is really handy.
Now, while we are on the 9-steps bandwagon, I've got something here. Ooh. Now, this was a brand new development this week. Now, I'm sure everybody knows that there's been a semiconductor shortage worldwide. And that's affected a lot of things from car manufacturers and everything. Well, surprisingly enough, it's affected Tamiya. And Tamiya are really going to struggle to put their beautiful ESC in with their kits. They've said to us that they're going to be cutting back. They don't know which kits are even going to have them, if even the full range. So we've gone about and sourced the OEM product, and we're branding it as 9-steps, and we're developing it. I've tested it, and it is fantastic. And I've got it fitted up here. Actually, I've fitted it to this
the beast
during the week to try and make sure that it was up to the task. Now this is it is a 10th scale, but it is a big sort of 8 scale-esque in size car, and it is no problem on this whatsoever. We can see here we've got the Speedy. Can we see it?
Yeah, it's pretty compact.
So it's a really compact Speedy. We're not going to ask much of it. This is designed for brushed 540 and 550 applications, and we're going to develop a new Get It Going pack, and we're going to be including that for the Tamiya kits that don't in fact are unable now to have the ESCs in them. And even if you were to blow up a Tamiya ESC or any brushed ESC, actually, it's just plug and play. So it's got the bullet connectors on the motor under here, which will plug straight onto all your Tamiya motors. And it's got your Tamiya style battery connector here. Plug and play. And one of the neatest features of the speed controller was it's actually got like a slide molding on the side here for the switch. So the switch can be remotely located. So I could double-sided tape around the chassis or on a top deck or whatever. But in this instance, I've actually slid it on the bracket in the speed controller, and it's holding it really firm and out of the way. And I like that. It's very neat. It's very easy.
It makes it even more compact, doesn't it?
It does. That way, if I ever take the top deck off, I don't have to worry about the switch being on one piece and the speedy on another. And you know what I mean? So it's a really neat unit. And I think and the pricing point and stuff is really good. And I'm really happy and really proud that we can call it a 9 steps product. So look out for these. Look out for these on the shelf soon. We're getting a fresh restock next week. I think we're managing to get low on stock and sell out, but they will be stocked and we'll have them coming out of our eyeballs.
Indeed.
The 9 steps speed controller.
Good stuff.
I think the Bullet is a bit upset that you're in love with the Octane now. That Bullet there looks a bit sad there.
We can't mention that. That's for later.
Okay.
I've already said too much.
Oh no. So meanwhile,
that's Brett's little box done.
Talking about this, we've got a quick question here. Nathan has a small forward drive Spirit.
Yes.
And it's tuned through gears, but I can see that he's running on a 4,000 kV motor, which is very, very powerful for that little car.
It's very, very powerful. I wouldn't suggest more than a 3300 or a 3650 for that, at very best. And really, that is its upper limits of durability. And with that sort of horsepower in them, you've got to keep a constant eye on the gear mesh and adjustment, because they do actually have a lot of flex around that rear bulkhead, and that's where the gear mesh is. So it can throw the mesh out a lot, and that's a lot of power and a lot of torque being produced by that motor. So definitely. I tend to think that maybe it's a touch overpowered, and it will probably be doing the car a favor by actually detuning it a little bit.
Yeah, it's probably the way it's being. I guess if you overpower a car, you have to adjust your driving of it as well. So you can't be doing these really massive jumps with the power on and things like that as well.
And the application, exactly.
Even going on grass perhaps is probably going to be a bit of an issue, so be more gentle for a start. You can tune it down. I don't know whether you can actually adjust the speed control if you have a program card, and if the speed control is programmable, maybe you can tune it down a bit. You could probably adjust the endpoint of your controller maybe just to reduce a bit the speed perhaps. And as for gearing, I don't even know. I wouldn't be able to suggest what gearing you probably go there with. I guess you need to start.
They will probably be close realistically with the standard pinion that they come with, because they are dramatically undergeared. And being a sensorless motor, they do have incredible torque. But that 4,000 kV motor, that would be effectively a 9.5 turn censored motor, and that is insane power.
It's a race motor, really. Yeah,
that's really a full, like even the 3650 or whatever, that's like a 13 equivalent to 13.5 turn, which is insanely powerful. So it's just an awful lot of horsepower for that little buggy to cope with.
I agree.
Have a good top speed though.
It'd be a rocket.
Could be a good velodrome contender.
I think. Oh, good point. Actually, in that case, you'll have to start slow and build the speed as you go along, slowly, and then at some point we'll just fly. I agree. But that little Spirit is a really good buggy, so it's good fun.
They're fantastic, aren't they? We sell heaps of them. I love the Spirit.
I remember 7-8 years ago when we started my first Christmas with Hearns, we sold a ridiculous amount, and 2 years later, some of the customers are coming back still with the same buggy to buy new wheels. So they're actually really, really durable. If you maintain them, it's brilliant. They're brilliant. Oh, here we go.
But they are at the cheaper or the entry level, so they're not really designed for that sort of horsepower. At the end of the day, that's outside of their design.
That's right. I think stock brushed as they are, they're probably really good balance. They get lots of longevity and they're really good fun. They're slowish compared to maybe a Traxxas, but their speed is actually quite reasonable and fun. If you go to a BMX track or something like that, could be they're still good fun.
Yeah, it's good balance for the size of the car.
I agree.
100%.
But 95 k's is pretty decent effort.
Big.
Out of a Spirit, that is flying.
That is faster. That is the same speed virtually than our 1.8 GT. Close enough.
That's right. That's right. That's a missile.
So, all right, next time there is the velodrome, you should bring it on. It will be fun.
Yeah.
Put some sleek and off you go.
Off we go.
It'll be good.
Fantastic.
Cool.
All right, what else have we got?
What else have we got? We got some Hearns Workshop stuff. So this week, I think it was really, really good, actually. We had quite a few product release, a few new designs, which, one of which is very, very, very special. Isn't it, Beach?
It is. Let's have a look. All right.
Where's Tompler?
Huh?
Where's Tompler?
Tompler had issue with his mic, so I'm not sure whether we're going to see him again.
Oh.
All right, so this is basically... So this is just basically a German World War II tank that I've been working on, but this is not the main thing I'm going to be showing you. It's what's normally seen on the back of the tank, which is the exciting bit. Okay, so this is what? So a little jiggly thing. It's a bucket.
It's got a gearing.
Okay, so that's quite a popular thing these days. There's a lot more period photos coming up of World War II German tanks. For some reason, they've always got a bucket hanging off the back, even sometimes two buckets. So this is the latest design. Yeah, you need a bucket for war occasions. If you're already using a bucket, well, you need a spare bucket, don't you? But even with just one bucket, makes all the difference. Okay, so we've got these. Now, Warwick's designed these buckets, and there's two buckets available. So you see how we've got the little handle there. We've actually made that out of some really fine wire. Let me bring out these other ones that I've got here. Okay, so that's 35th scale. Got another one here. This one's slightly different design. Okay, but this, just see the hoop there. Now, one of the clever things that Warwick's done is he's designed a template so you can get the hoop on properly. So you can see that there's a little curve. Let me see if I can get that a bit easier there. Okay, so there's a wire fits within there, and you just bend it around, and you get this basic curve here. So if you do it exactly the same size as this one, you'll get this look of bucket. And the one in my hand here, I've actually just made it a little bit longer, and I've attached it through these little eyelets on the outside so that when you press down, it actually works over like that. Okay, so something as simple as this is just going to add so much more character to any of your dioramas. You know, it doesn't have to be, on a tank. It can be on anything. So this particular one's got the sort of the pressed tin look. It's actually got seam lines along the edges. So I guess over time we'll get this painted up so it's a bit easier to see. Because with the raw materials, it's semi-transparent, so it's a bit hard to see all those details. And then with those 35th scale ones, we've got big ones. Okay, so this is 16th scale, and we've started working on this because there's quite a few 16th scale tanks available now, and also the really exciting Stug 3G that's coming out by Das Werk, and also that's been announced by Trumpeter. What was that?
What'd you say?
Stug 3G.
Ah, 3G.
Yeah. You know all about that, don't you?
He's been upgraded to 5G.
So with the big ones, you probably see the differences. It's subtle, but this one's got the ornamental, I guess, what do you call those? The little eyelets, I guess. And then you see how this one's got the ribbing all the way around. And you see the line there, that's pressed together where they're folded. Okay, so these are coming out. And I think these will probably be available from next week.
Yep.
So,
what?
We're just
they
testing
only got made this week.
Huh?
They were only invented this week.
Yeah, that's right. Pretty quick with the stuff.
That's amazing.
And you can see there, so this one's used brass wire for the handle, and it'll be easy to see on this one. See how that's the template there, and the wire just fits in these gaps, and you just pull it around. So that's the most exciting bit, I think, so far.
With this rain outside, I think we might need to print some bigger buckets.
Hey, bigger buckets?
I think so. All
right, so let me see if, I don't know, this might be a bit small to try to demonstrate. I'm feeling a bit awkward here.
That could be really good for doing piercings.
Piercings?
Yeah.
I can't see what I'm doing here. Let's see. So that sort of hooks around.
Missed it.
Missed it? No, I can't see what I'm doing. Hang on.
You need to put your mag visor on, mate. There's your 9 steps. There we go.
There we go.
That's what I work with. That's what we have at the shop all day.
Have I got it in here? I don't know. What am I doing here?
Well, surely you can see.
It's pretty fine. Oh, here we go. Let me pull that. So you just got to wind it around. Pull it tight.
What's happened?
I don't know. What am I doing here? Oh, there you go. You can sort of see it now. Where am I?
That's it.
Yeah, sort of.
Oh, so you pull it like over that ledge.
Yeah, so I did that one there too. So at least that gives you the basic guide, and it gives you a nice smooth curve. And then you've got the edges there. You just trim it off with some side cutters, and then you'll just be able to hook it in, just like I do on this one. So that's exactly the same wire. That's just 0.25 mil copper wire. Oh, where am I going? There we go. It's really quite easy to do. So yeah, so buckets, simple things like buckets. So
you are a bucket man.
Bucket man. Warwick's a bucket man. I just like playing with them. So yeah. So imagine that. I mean, you could put these. The Trumpeter's got quite a few really nice 16 scale tanks already, and this will look.
I don't have to imagine it. I can see it now. You've invented it.
Oh. So yeah. So quite a few kits already available. Or if you're hanging out for the Stalk 3, because Warwick's already made quite a few different bits for the Stalk 3 as well, and I'll probably show you a few other bits a bit later on. But you'll see those on the website as well. We've got what have we got? We've got C hooks, S hooks, buckets now.
Yeah, we've got a muzzles.
Yeah, and some other
the stamp, the
Zimrit stamp.
Zimrit stamp. Yeah.
Yes.
Yeah.
Yes.
What else? I'm pretty sure there's something else.
There's a new fire extinguisher, which is a very
extinguisher. That's right.
Extinguisher. You'd be able to use that on any of those tanks as well. But yeah, I mean,
quite a few parts. Brilliant.
There you go. Bucket.
Is that the one you did with the interior?
Which one?
I don't know. Is that the tank you did with the interior?
No. This is something I started ages ago. This was actually meant to be for last year's Model Expo, and I've just gotten to this stage. Got a lot more to go.
Thankfully, they delayed that.
I'm going to stay here.
That's it.
Yeah.
Thankfully, it was delayed twice, so you got time for next year.
Yeah, that's right. Well, this is going to be part of the diorama. So you remember the motorcycle I showed you last week? So that's going to be all part of this kit as well. So it's probably going to be about 15 figures I'm going to put on this. So here's my box of bits that I already started. There's a motorcycle.
Hey, there's only one person allowed on this show with boxes, mate.
Hey, I don't love. Oh, sorry. I'll put that away. Here's one of the dudes I modified. So that's a mini art with some the mini art jerry cans, and then
you run out of fuel.
The rider for the bike. So he's got all readjusted. Another dude. So far I've built probably 6 dudes. And I've got these other Hearns workshop bits as well, so ammo crates. So we'll be using all of that. But that's a bit of a project.
That is a big project. I look at it.
Yeah.
Good. Well, as we're talking about Hearns Workshop, I have a couple of things here. let me see if you can get the focus. Here we go. So we have a range of skulls. They're similar to the one that you saw on the model for the vignette competition, but these are in a tray standalone, and there's 3 different scale or size of skulls. They're roughly in the 1 to 50 scale for the tabletop gaming. And we also have a skull with a spine that again is designed for the what's a 28 millimeter? Which is how we call it? Yeah, 28 millimeter figures. And it look quite nice. We actually painted a few of those in our videos to show the use of the blood, the coagulated blood by green stuff, and they come out quite nice actually. So we had them in trays, so you can buy 4 of those, or you have I think about a few skulls, and then we have a mix set, which will give you skulls. There we go. Focus. No. Maybe. No. There we go. I'll give you 2 skulls with a spine and a range of skulls of a few different sizes. So nice little thing that you can use when you do any kind of diorama, I guess. This is the theme that you like. But this, I guess, is going to add to the range of Skull 75 and green stuff. And we are going to have something else coming new as well very soon in this kind of range. So just a few new things to the Hearns Workshop range.
It's exciting, actually.
Indeed. So,
what else have you got for us, Nick?
What else do I have? We have the car actually still.
Oh yeah, have we got any?
I did not see any guesses anymore. Let me see. Let me scroll up in the comments. I don't think we have a guess yet. No. I think past the Volvo, I don't think we had any other guesses. Oh, sorry. Is that the focus? Here we go. Now, let's see if we get any guess.
It's not an Aston Martin, is it?
It's not an Aston Martin.
Sort of got that old two-door look.
A compact Bentley.
Let's see. There is a comment here. Let me see. So, tell us
what are we guessing? It's like 87 scale.
Oh, how could you guessed the scale right?
Did I?
Yeah, I think you have. No, you haven't. It's close enough, though. So tell us what we're guessing.
The green stuff's rubbing off on me.
Yeah, we're guessing that is not a Citroen. That's definitely not a Citroen. We're guessing the make, the model, and the color.
Yeah.
So let's see if you can. That's definitely not a Citroen. Maybe a Peugeot. Maybe not.
If it's in train scale, I want to guess that it's an English car.
Is it a Leyland?
Yeah.
A what?
A what?
A what?
What? Anyway, so what was it? I don't know what's happening. I actually have something I want to show. I found this one before. Who remembers this? The octopus. Who remembers this?
What the hell do you do with that?
You can do anything with this.
Show me.
This is our helping hand by. It's another little product that we have. So it does have, well, how many? 4 helping hands, like this. Magnified lens, and also light, which I realize now has gone missing. But here you can attach a light as well. So this is really useful when you do some soldering. Perhaps you want to, hold a few things together. You can kind of grab things. Let's see if I can grab something like this, and then on the other side, perhaps like this. So you need to do some even painting. For a matter of fact, it can be really useful. Can be like this, and I guess it's quite flexible. You can do all sorts of things.
I suppose the base would have to be quite heavy on that, otherwise it would topple over.
Actually, it's got a way, So the base is really well made. So it's actually an alloy base, and it does have some rubber grommets, so it doesn't slide around your desk everywhere. And it's got some really useful compartments here. So if you need to put your screws or whatsoever, this is really, really convenient. So we call this the octopus. And as I said before, it does come with a light, which I think my girls probably took it and they're playing the house. But yeah, there is a light that is actually really, really powerful. So if you are doing something small, you can put your lens on one side, point the light from the side, and then you have your helping hands. Whoops. hold your product.
The light's really good because it's USB charged as well, so it's got a rechargeable battery in it, and then you can also adjust the focus of it, so you can pinpoint it on the spot that you really want.
That's right. Yeah, and it's modules, so you can undo each individual piece if you need to. So you just unscrew like this, and they come up. There we go. Maybe more.
It's really good for repairing trains too. I remember we had to fix a train and we had it hooked up in that.
Yeah, that's right. So if you need to solve something really tiny, you can hold it. You can hold it and.
If we could take it to answer the phone, it could replace me.
Yeah, absolutely.
Just get that attached to your head.
So this is our octopus.
Yeah, that's really useful.
That's very useful. Yeah, absolutely. Very useful.
I want to see your train.
What, you want to see my train?
I've been so excited for this train.
You showed us before, didn't you?
Yes. Can anyone guess what train we may have tonight?
Puff and Billy.
So, nah, wrong. Very wrong.
Thomas,
maybe not.
Fantasy
All right, so let me open it.
Trains I know, I'm afraid.
Hey.
All right.
I only know Puff and Billy and Thomas. I don't know any others.
Here we go. So.
Oh, look at that.
So this is very special. It's actually really, really detailed. So it's actually. Here we go. Someone already guessed it. It's a J class. So this is a brand new release from Ixion, and it's been in the works for several years. 2 years ago, we had a pre-production sample, and if you jump on our YouTube page, you can see the video, and it was all grey at the time. So it was, I guess, one of the first sample where they were checking the basic mold to make sure that all parts were reasonably accurate and a good fit. And finally, now we have the real model chat, which is very, very nice. So lots of history behind this locomotive, BJ, isn't it?
There is. So it got me on the spot now.
Oh, sorry.
This is the last steam loco operating in Victoria.
Victoria, right? Isn't
wow.
it? Yes.
Does that one blow steam?
Well, they did blow steam when they were running in real life.
No, but is that one of the ones that blows? We need Marlon.
We need Marlon. So Marlon is not with us tonight, obviously, but he's
getting his 6G upgrade.
Yes. 6G, yes. Here we go. So that's a full thing. So it's actually interesting the way they've done it. So this is DCC ready, I believe, and you can install your chip on the tender, which is actually really well designed. So there's a couple of screws that you remove from underneath here, and you open up the tender, and you can very easily install the DCC chip, and then it's connected to the front of the locomotive through this plug here.
Yeah, it's quite a nice compact plug with multiple connections on it.
Yeah, here we go.
Yeah,
quite nice. Wow. Very, very nice. But again, the level of detail throughout the locomotive is impressive. See if you can get to focus. It's black, so it's quite dark, but you should be able to see.
So you've got the oil burner version.
The oil burner version, yes, actually, yes.
So there's two versions of the tender available with these. So there was the original coal burning one, and then during the when it was coal shortage, I guess they converted quite a few of them to oil burning. Because I don't know if you're aware that some houses were converted to oil burning as well. They had the oil tank either at the back or the side of the house, and they just load them up full of oil, and you burn your oil through your heater. So they've done the same thing with the loco.
That's right.
The detail's really fine on these. It's amazing how fine. And the really complicated valve gear, it looks fantastic when it's moving.
Yeah, so we will have a video coming out soon as well, and we'll show all the different parts moving.
Yeah, it looks great.
There's an LED light to the front here. So when it's plugged in and connected, it also turns on. And here we go. Even inside here, you've got all a nice level of detail with all the instrumentation.
They come with a couple of really nice figures too to complement it.
Yes, let me
two
grab
engineers, and they look really, really relaxed. Well, one guy looks relaxed.
Is it?
That's probably not the guy. Probably not the guy shoveling the coal.
Actually,
he wouldn't
is
be
it
very
this one?
relaxed.
Is this guy here being very relaxed?
Yeah, that's him. Oh, no. Is it him?
I don't know.
Well, let me show you the other one, and then you tell me.
The other guy's more relaxed, isn't he?
Let me see.
The first guy looks like he's having a cup of tea.
Looks like he's got my.
Oh, this is actually falling asleep. I think this is sleeping.
Oh, there you go. See, he's sort of.
He is definitely relaxed.
He's probably leaning on the shovel.
It must be. Here we go. So
nice touches.
There's quite a few different numbers, and there's also some that are unmarked, so you can put in your number. So which is quite nice. It gives you some flexibility. And there will be a video coming out next week, so look out for that next week or the week after or so. So it should be good.
Yeah, good stuff. Right. That looked really nice.
Let me put it away. Put those parts.
What do you got, Brett?
No, I want to have a guess on the car.
You want to have a guess on the car?
Nobody's even got close to the car.
No.
BMW.
Nah. Let's show up the car out again.
This is reckless.
Mike, look who is online. Welcome, Mike. Good to see you.
Proton.
No? Nah.
A very early Tesla.
A very early Tesla.
A very early Tesla?
Yeah, it could be.
Don is white. Yeah, it is white, but which white? It's a very, very special white.
Tony is getting there.
Special white.
Oh, that's the name. Let's see if we slow this way. Is this going to help? It's actually written there. Does it say what it is? No.
Oh, you can't read that anyway. Or can you?
Maybe someone can zoom in 400%.
The tail lights.
Mike, I haven't seen you in ages. The car Colombo used?
Oh.
Really?
Jeez,
I haven't seen Colombo in years.
I thought Colombo sailed.
So
it drove eventually once it got on the other side.
Okay. Are you going to get stuck into some models, Beige?
Shall I? All right, let's move on to something different, eh? All right, what have we got here? How about this?
You want to get the plastic nose of the plastic, don't you?
Hey?
Brad wants to get nose of the plastic.
Yeah.
That's something new. This is new Bandai. Wow.
We need Tompler here.
Yes.
So this is part of the new series called, what is it called? 30 Minute Sisters. Okay, so this is a side series from 30-minute missions. So the idea was
I wouldn't advise anybody Google that, by the way.
Hey?
I wouldn't advise anybody Google that.
No? Oh, okay.
I tried earlier to learn and
Oh, did you? Was it dangerous? Oh, okay. So Bandai realized that a lot of people weren't getting into building models because it seemed complicated and taking too long. So they designed some simpler kits, which were designed for finishing building in 30 minutes, so half an hour. And they've become actually really popular. And they decided to do this girl series because Kotobukiya are very famous for doing their Friend Mum Girls and also their Megami device kits. And so these are the Bandai versions. So a bit thinner box, simpler than the Kotobukiya, a lot cheaper, not as customizable straight out of the box, but they're going to have some accessories. Okay, so hence why I got this pack here. This is actually a pack of different hairstyles. Okay, so there's 4 different hairstyles in here, just to give you an idea. Let's get all these out.
I could do with one of them.
Do you want a new hairstyle?
You want the haircut?
This one will be perfect for you.
I think it would be good for you, that one. Yeah.
How's that? I know those pigtails might get in the way of your cap. So how about, we'll give you a shortcut. There you go.
What'd you call me?
You heard me. Okay, so the great thing about this Okay, so you've got all these different accessories. So really simple. Just a change of hairstyle.
Uh-oh.
And you can see how they've got the different posability. So again, they've got all the joints, just like the Kotobukiya type stuff. A little bit different, more accessible. So they work out to be about a 1/12 scale. And then we've got a couple of the new accessory packs here too.
Oh, these are very special.
Okay, so it's got the sort of claw hands and the cat ears. So cat ears like this one here. See, same shape. So you got all those little bits in there. And then there's this one, which has got the sort of chesty bits.
Whoa! The what?
Chesty bits. Like this.
That is not COVID safe.
It's not COVID safe? No, I'm sure. It's got the certificate and everything. So I'm pretty sure. So this is number 1 in the series. There's going to be a whole lot of different kinds. So just like Kotobukiya, there's going to be different themes. A lot more accessory packs as well. So let's have a quick look inside. Just give you an idea. Put that on here. So this bit is pretty similar to Kotobukiya. So you see how there's different face plates. So again, like the Kotobukiya stuff.
You don't paint the eyes on that beach.
No, they're ready to go.
From memory in the Kotobukiya, don't you get a stick, the decals as well for the?
You do. So that's where they're a little bit more sophisticated in customizing out of the packet, because the eyes are only looking in a particular direction. But with the Kotobukiya ones, you can do whatever setup you want. But if you wanted to change them, you could always paint them if you want to. Paint over it and do your own eyes. Okay, so faceplate's very easy to change.
What scale is she?
Huh?
Oh, we got
what scale?
There
you go, there's a hairstyle.
That's better.
What scale is it, Beige?
1/12 scale. So you can pop it in your RC car. Look good.
Oh, into the octane. Perfect.
I think Buzz might like her.
Buzz.
I got Buzz and Stig.
So there you go.
What have we got there?
The instructions.
The manual.
Looking good. It's like a comic book.
Yeah, they like doing it like that. So over here, you get an idea of all those different poses. It looks pretty good. So I think it's going to be a good alternative to Kotobukiya. And with any luck, we'll see if you can customize these to use Kotobukiya bits. But yeah.
She can always hold a bucket.
Hey?
She can always hold a bucket.
She can hold on my customized buckets. It'll be special.
Yeah.
That's it. So really nice. So again, you can see that how this is only Bandai does this. Multicolored sprues all in the one shot.
The mind boggles.
Yep. So yeah. So that's pretty special. Like that. I've actually been waiting for these to come in for ages. But it's good to see them now. So number 1. What's her name?
Rishetta.
There you go.
Color A.
It's cool.
So she's the first one. First one of a long series.
They can change it with all the option bits. Lots of option bits.
Indeed.
Yep.
Oh, Tony's getting close to the car gas.
I think so.
Oh, really? A Ford?
It is a Ford.
It is a Ford.
Ah.
All right. Keep going.
I think we better get Uncle Tompla on before he drops out again.
Yep.
Oh, I should be all right for now. I've relocated.
Yeah. I can see you're indoor now.
Yeah, I found some shelter. So
found some shelter from the rain.
Safe. What have you got? Well, I think Thomas got something special tonight.
Well, I've got the attention of everyone. These are just in from Meng. Anyone who's on Netflix and a bit of a sci-fi fan has probably already watched this. This is an anime movie called Wandering Earth. It's quite good. I did watch it just recently, and the animation is amazing. It's 3D CGI, really detailed. It's kind of a disaster movie. And this is these are comical versions. So we will cover the serious versions of the models in future.
I was going to say that the box art looks a bit hand drawn.
The box art is hand drawn.
That's all right.
So it's got this one has very cartoon proportions. Compared to there we go. Sorry,
there is a bigger one too.
There is a bigger version of it, and the bigger version has the proper proportions, so it's less comical.
It's 1/100 scale, I think, isn't it? The big one. So it'd be
the big one is 1/100 scale.
Yeah.
And they also have this is a secondary vehicle in the movie. So this is a more military themed one.
It's got Kabumskis on the top.
You can see there, and again, it's got the cartoon proportions and that sort of thing to it as well. That gives you a bit more of an idea of what you're working with. These kits, they're really, really good fun kits to build. For advanced modelers, there's heaps of options. You can customize them, paint them, go nuts. But they're really good for beginners as well because there isn't a huge amount of parts to them. And the comical proportions tend to keep kids amused and stuff like that. So these are a good weekend project or just a quick one to put on the shelf.
Tommy, let us have a look.
What was that?
Let us have a look.
All right, let's see what we got. Let's have a look at this one.
Let's get crinkly.
There we go.
So basically, here we go. Let's get right into it. So that is the chassis. So as you can see, one piece, all the wheel hubs are there. So basically, most of this will just snap together. So quite a simple kit to build. That's your main body piece. Yeah, let's see if we can get a bit closer. It's got quite good detail in it for such a small little bit.
You can still do rivets, isn't it?
Yeah. So they've gone.
People love that one. It's even the right color.
Warwick will be happy with it. It's panel lined, so he doesn't have to engrave anything in it if he does one.
Well, that's a plus.
Probably a bit too angular for him, though. Anyway, so the rest of the parts, there's some a bit hard to see. These are the window parts. So they're actually smoked. I don't know if you can see. Yeah. God, where am I? There we go. You can kind of see. Right? You can see through them. So they're actually transparent.
Yeah.
Smoke, yeah.
And then the last two sprues in the kit. So the first one basically gives you the rocket launchers that go on top.
Yep.
So you can see them there. Go across a little bit. There's just the rest of the weapons and the rest of the body detail. Again, though, all the rivets, there's quite good detail in these. That front bar, just there. So you can see like bench area and that sort of thing.
Also, they've got quite a bit of slide molding in there as well.
These are really, really good. There's quite a lot of detail in them. And the last sprue is basically just wheels.
Yeah, I love wheels.
Plenty of wheels. So,
wheels and engines.
So like I said, good weekend project, good easy one. And I do recommend checking out the show as well. The show is quite good. So
I take you watching the show.
Or a series.
All right. So the next one, this will appeal to Gundam fans. Anybody that's a Gundam fan has seen Gundam Seed. Ooh. They've done variations of every single robot that's ever come out for this show, including ones from the manga that never made it into any of the movies or TV shows. Now they've gone on to doing the characters. So this is about 1/12 scale, so about the same scale as the 30-minute sisters that we just looked at.
Yep.
And Bandai have done quite well with these. Again, there's not a huge amount of work in them. They're more just for fans to put together and display. So you get sort of a pre-molded dress, if you like.
Nice.
There's sort of 2 layers to that. So the rest of it is very, very standard to anyone who's done a Bandai figure. Gives you your hands, the arms, legs, all that sort of stuff.
Put all the eyes in there too.
The one I do like, the eyes are pre-done, so you get one face all ready to go.
Yep.
You do get blank ones as well if you want to attempt to paint one yourself and do the eyes yourself. The other cool thing with this one is, unlike a lot of these ones, you can actually see the hair on this one, so the multiple pieces for all the ponytails and things. And the gold parts are actually a stand. That's actually a figure stand.
Oh, wow.
So normally you'd have to buy an action base to hold this one up. But they've given you a nice little gold one. So, yeah, all in all, any fan of Gundam Seed is definitely going to want to pick this one up, add it to their collection, especially considering the sheer number of Gundam kits that have been available. So you could easily fill a cabinet with Gundam Seed merchandise. So there we go.
Yes.
Great
All
work.
All right, well, before I drop out, I'll do one last one.
Is this your favorite?
This is a big one.
Taking over.
It's a big cat.
That's it.
Where's that big chicken?
So this is from
I want to cook
this
it.
is from Digimon. So this one's Machine Draymon. This thing is huge. We haven't actually had a good look at this one yet. It did just arrive today.
It's got afterburners.
Let's see if we can get in
Big
close.
engines, aren't they?
Yeah.
Oh, I love a big motor.
Guns, look at that.
It has a lot of detail in it. You can
look at
keep
those
yourself
teeth.
busy for a long time with this one.
Is
Box is about the
similar
size of a Master Grade Gundam.
Is this similar
And
to
I
the
would
one that Warwick
suggest-
built some time ago?
I would suggest you're looking at about that much work. There is a huge number of screws.
What?
Wow.
It's just lots of silver.
Wow.
Holy
There's
moly.
more to go. There's more in there as well.
Huge.
So don't know a huge lot about this one. As I said, just arrived. But it does look quite cool from the box art. Is that the right way around?
No, upside down.
Oh, look at those
Like
claws. The big eye.
It's got huge claws. It's got a big dinosaur
it.
head.
A little pipe going into his mouth there.
And it's got like skulls for kneecaps. I'm not sure what's
Oh,
happening
wow.
there.
Well, that's in case he's doing the gardening.
All right, so that's pretty much all I've got for this week.
Wow.
Uncle Tonka is tapping out.
That's it. We actually
At least I
received
finally
a
made it in. So,
huge amount of Gundam in the last 2 or 3 weeks, actually. Probably the biggest we ever received in a very long time. So
Really
lots
good
of
selection.
selection.
there's a lot of kits that haven't been in production or haven't been available for a number of years. And for real Gundam fans, the big ones to grab quickly are probably going to be the system bases. They give you an industrial sort of style base and crane for the Gundam. The really nice display piece, they will go quick. And yeah, good stuff.
Good.
Get online, have a look, be quick.
Nice.
Right. So I think we need to put this cat out because there was a good guess there. Johnny was very close.
What was it?
He said it was an
Logo-
Alfa Romeo.
logos.
So
It's a
I'm
Ford.
getting the vibe that it's a Ford.
It's definitely a Ford.
I think we're good. We're good with a Ford, and we need a bit more.
I'm tipping it's broken down.
What do you mean broken down?
Yeah, it's sold by a screw, 2 screws.
Oh, look at that. Look at that. We've got something up.
Oh, he's getting close.
Oh, look at that. I'm out.
I think we have it. That's it.
It's
I
great.
I think
Yeah.
Kaiju Shorts is closer.
Is
I
it?
think they actually bought together.
I'm
The
sort of
product
confused.
description says they both together. So for Capri console.
Collaboration.
All right. I think we
While
have
you
it.
argue over that, can I smash into my last box?
Please.
Do it.
This
Go
has
for it,
been
all
the
yours.
most. This has been the most exciting thing in my life in forever. Thank
Can't
you.
be. Come on. That's a bit of hype.
It's a big box. It's a full box, and I'm proud of this box.
Is it fragile?
Not so fragile.
Oh,
Ooh,
this box is made. A box. Now, a box to me has to be a good box is better than the sum of its parts. You know.
Right.
It has to be, the box has to be greater than just what's in it. And here we go. So what we've done at Hearns, we've recognised and we've played around the fact that there really is not a real cheap way to get on track with off-road. So we've taken a humble VRX Bullet 2-wheel drive 10th scale buggy, and we've put together a bit of a Hearns exclusive package in a combo, if you will, to get people to the track. Now, I'm not saying that it's going to be competitive with a $2,000, Yokomo or seasoned racer package, but this is designed to get people to the track. And if they don't want to do that, I mean, it's just fine at bashing. I mean, I've been running over fairies, agapanthers, and box hedges for a couple of weeks now, and the Bullet has come through unscathed. It's got gouges, it's got marks, it's probably had 30 batteries. It has still got all the original parts. It's got not one part has been changed. Done a little bit of service work and maintenance work on it, but it's still got the original 2-in-1 speedy, original radio, original VRX, tuned motor, just a 540, I think, or I don't think it's a 550. 540, just brushed motor in there, simple motor, simple, cheap, and very effective. So we've put that together with some products that we know are really good staple products of Hearns, and something that we'd be proud to take racing. So the first one is a charger. Now this is the Tornado C100. The C100, I suppose, refers to the 10 amp charging capacity of this charger. And it is a full digital, very neat looking little charger. Now this car runs currently on nickel metal hydride. That's what it comes with in the box. Comes with one battery. And it does come with a wall charger. However, that's got a very low output. So if you want to charge your battery in 20 minutes or half an hour on a nice solid but gentle, like 4 to 5 amps, this is the sucker that you need. It will peak charge it to the optimum point, and then it will stop. So you know that it's charged. And then when you finish playing, then you can discharge it to storage. And you can see the health and the stability of the battery. And that is the most reliable and consistent way to charge your batteries. And they're usually around the 100 plus sort of mark. But we've put that in our package here to offer somebody like an RTR package, but we're calling this one a ready to race package. So hoping to get, like I said, people down to the track. And that battery charger is not only limited to lipos, that will charge lipo, so it'll charge just about anything. Nickel metal, NiCad, even lead, I think. So it will charge just about anything up to 6S, I think. And it's AC and DC. So it plugs into your wall at home. And if you're out and about or camping or whatever, you can put it on your car battery or 12-volt power supply. So that is really cool. The next part of our exclusive combo we've put together, like any performance race car, is a toolkit. The 9-steps toolkit. Now, I think I've had these before, but I'll go on about it again. With these cars, it's just impossible to work with traditional, I'll call it L-shaped Allen keys. It's just not going to happen. So this has got your wheel driver, the 7mm, 5.5mm driver. It's got 2.5, which is the most popular or the most common throughout the car, and then 1.5, which is really only used on the pinions on this car. So that's everything you need to work, service, repair, and maintain your car to the highest standards. So we've included that in the box. Like I said, the car does come with one battery in the kit. Now we've thrown in another one. Now that's a Tornado 2400. And I can tell you from personal experience that this battery although it's only 2,400, has about 50% more punch, or is able to deliver more acceleration than the OEM supplied battery. So it's not necessarily any faster in the straight or lasts much longer, but it is still plenty long enough to get you through a 5-minute race. You know, and the idea is these are like $20 odd. You just go with an armful of these and you can go racing. So we've included one battery in the kit, so you've got 2 batteries, so you can run one battery, have another one ready to go in, let the motor and car cool down, you know, perform a bit of maintenance, and then go back out while you put the other one on charge. The last 2 pieces to our ready to race package is our JPRC charge lead, and that obviously plugs directly into the charger and then into the battery, and that saves any messy adapters or any bad connections. It's a really reliable pro bit of kit. Really simple but often overlooked is actually being able to hook your battery up to your charger. So that's in there. The next thing we've got is an Aeromax pinion. Now, I know from experience the bullet does indeed come with a 23 tooth pinion of 48 pitch, which is good, and for bashing it's not going to overheat the motor or overstress anything. But for the rigours of getting on track and more speed and performance, you definitely need to gear it up. And given that it's a car with fully adjustable motor mount and everything, I've come to my testing and development that 32 teeth is 9 teeth up. It's a huge jump. That brings it to about 6.3 to 1, which is pretty close for racing conditions. So that will definitely improve the speed and performance of the car by at least 30%. You know, so it's going to bring up the top speed. Probably, you know, it's not a speed run car. It's not a 3S car, but it does have very good capabilities for what it is. And I would say it does a comfortable 40 k's an hour, you know, running on the street.
But so all those
say
it's a really good package because it brings everything up to allow you to actually feel the performance of what a more expensive car would feel like racing around a track.
That's right. And it doesn't have to be just for people just set on racing. It might be somebody who wants to just go down and play or see if racing's for them or before they make a big commitment. We all know that it costs a lot of money to go racing these cars. They are very advanced. They are somewhat costly. And there's no way that, you know, we get a lot of time people and families come in or, you know, little Johnny's shown interest in racing. I want to get him to the track. There's been really nothing available outside of $2,000 where you could turn up to a track and potentially have a go, you know. And who knows, there might be other bullets out there. Maybe there'll be a bullet class, but it's definitely something that you can turn up, you can have a go, like on practice days. You can definitely go club racing with that whole pack. So that whole pack we've encapsulated for a product. We're calling that the Bullet exclusive package, and we're putting that out at $399. And
the car's really well designed too, I reckon.
It is. It is really.
It's got all the basic designs for adjustable suspension. You've got your camber adjustments. It's got roll center adjustments as well, possibly.
It does.
And it's got the aluminum chassis, so it's got all the stuff to actually teach you what, you know, tuning can do on a car without the really massive spend.
And if you do break it and crash it, because I mean that's what we do. It doesn't matter what car it is. We all crash them and break them. The parts are readily available and they are cheap. You know, they are cost effective. So yes, the car's built to a budget, and no, it's not going to directly compete with you know, the current crop of generation racing cars, but it is a very like for like, and it is a very good stepping stone and an entry in to see if it's for you. And even if you don't want to go racing, it's a great package to have around home. You know, it's not insane. It doesn't go 100 k's an hour, so you don't need 5 acres of space to run it.
You can run it in your backyard.
You can run it in your. Yeah, I've been running it in the front yard till it's, you know, like I said, it's brought us a load of joy, and yeah, like I said, nothing has failed on it, and I've run into a fence. You know, I've run into a fence at nearly full speed. I don't know if we can see there, but there's a big gouge on the front arm here.
Is that from the fairies?
No, that was with the Octane. That was Buzz and Stig. They got into the fairies. So, yeah, and it's like I said, it's got some scratches and it's got some marks, but, fundamentally, it is good. And I'm really proud that we can bring it. And hopefully, people will find that, what we see in the car and what we can bring to people is just a good stepping stone and a good entry point into RC, whether it's racing or not.
Yeah, it's cool.
You don't have to buy a Hornet, to try and figure it out. I can guarantee that car, if you tried to put a Hornet on a track, it wouldn't go around. I can guarantee that car there will get around a track.
Yeah.
And as you said before, you can take it to the park, so you don't have to have a car that is just for racing. I mean, if you spend a $2,000 car, you're not going to take it to the dirt track BMX or whatsoever, really. So this is a good versatile option.
You can have fun with it anyway. And if it's a father, if it's a family, then you can get a couple of them. Like, it's not insanely expensive. It's really not. And I think they're a bargain. They've brought me plenty of fun over lockdown, and I hope other people can see that and we can bring it to it. Yeah. When we get back to racing, I hope there's a field of 10 of them. We'll see what happens.
Yeah, that'll be good.
Brilliant.
Oh.
Good.
What else have I got?
That's it. Do you have any more? Oh, you got one more. Oh.
Straight into it.
That is special.
So this is from Yu-Gi-Oh! That's right.
Yep.
But this is different because you see how it says puzzle? Well, it's a model kit of a puzzle. Okay, so you got to build the piece first, and then you got to work out how to do the puzzle. So you can see this bit. Where is it? Yeah.
So you build you build the puzzle pieces, and then you have to actually put the puzzle together.
That's right.
Puzzle.
That's it. It's a puzzle.
Wow.
What kind of torture is that?
Let's see how many bits there are.
2 model kits in one.
Shit.
Well, that's a bit different, isn't it?
That is some kind of torture.
It's pretty chunky. See, so it's got the I don't know, the evil eye, I guess.
The all-seeing eye.
That's it. So chunky bits.
From memory, it's a fairly big plot point in the Yu-Gi-Oh! Series for him to actually complete the puzzle. So fans of the show should probably love this.
They're pretty interesting. I mean, it's got different play value. So after you put it together, rather than changing a pose, you're trying to put it together and then pull it apart again. So yeah, so it's something a bit different, isn't it?
Very interesting. Yeah.
Upside down.
Upside down. Upside down.
There you go. Yeah, so something a bit different. So that was interesting.
I want to see you build
Anybody else got anything else?
You'll lose your hair if you build that beach.
Nah, impossible. No way.
I've got one last one.
Now.
One more, Tommy.
One more.
Big screen. Here we go.
So these are the little Gundam, what they call the SD range, which stands for super deformed. So this is going on that comical proportion thing again. So these are the SDW heroes. If you go on YouTube, if you go on YouTube, you can actually see this whole series, I think. They've been releasing them as little short episodes. But the characters for this are kind of cute. They're really, really well detailed for a really small kit. The kits are usually sort of $15, $20. Mm-hmm. And they come with a ton of little options to customize them and dress them up. There's transparent effect parts, chrome parts. These are quite good little kits. So anyway, that's the last one I've got.
Yeah, they're popular.
Great.
Cool. That's me done.
Oh, one more piece. We said that we have a bit more of the Hearns workshop. Sure.
Who knows what that is? What's that?
It's a COVID mask for your tank.
That's it.
Actually, I can see through it. Looks a bit funky. That's a muzzle from a gun. So this is part of the accessory parts we started developing for the 16 scale Toolkit that's coming out later this year. But this will also work on Panzer IVs because they have the same 7.5 centimeter gun. So if you're building any of those 16 scale tanks, that'll be perfect. But we've got this available in 35th scale too, I think. So you can add it to any 35th scale German tank that uses the same gun. So I think the similar sort of muzzle brake, perhaps on the Pack 40 maybe. I'm too sure about that one. But the short ammunition type 7.5 centimeter. So that's really cool. Now I brought that because I thought that would be a really good option for this sucker. So the Kuster, these were made available this year, I think, maybe. And I think they're probably sold out by now. But the version of this is based on what they call the Croat. Now, this particular one's got the Gatling gun on it. The one that's really, really sought after is the Pack Croat, okay, which had the big Pack gun on it. And with this, I think I'm going to mount one of these onto here. Okay, so even though that's 1/16 scale and that's 1/20 scale, this will just look like an oversized version of it. So probably like a 10 centimeter type gun. So I think it's going to look good. So even though it's designed for a 16 scale tank, with a bit of imagination, you'd always fit it onto something else. So that's what I'm going to do. I'm going to try and fit it onto one of these. Might be a while before I actually get this one built. But that's the idea there anyway. I think that's going to look good. So you can see the detail in it. So these are manufactured all in one piece. Okay, so there's no join lines. And you've got all the details on the inside. They're all fully marked.
Brilliant.
So it's going to look nice, I think.
I'm just trying to find the link. Let me see if I can get the link happening. All right. I'm just going to post the link of the parts here. And hopefully this works for you. Here we go. And there is a bucket. So the 16 scale parts are online already. The 35th scale parts, not yet. They should be out next week, as well as the bucket. There we go.
So yeah, really nice. Yeah, new stuff. Always good to have some new stuff. And we're always working on stuff. I mean, work is just non-stop thinking of stuff.
Yes.
Oh, actually, there was one more thing I should show you.
What?
That's the other stuff.
What? Uh-oh.
That's actually the little, I think
is that a fire
50
extinguisher?
It is. So that gets mounted on one of these as well. Okay, so that'll be wherever it goes. They're in different spots on vehicles. But we've also got that in 16 scale as well. So that's coming out. That should be available next week.
I'm going to need one for my octane.
Extinguisher. Or we make a 10 scale one, I guess.
Yeah.
Yeah. So there you go. Lots of bits. Lots of things happening. And then remember, if you're still doing this, we'd like your entry by the end of today. Yeah.
That's it.
So you've got about 2.5 hours.
Yeah.
Paint fast.
Yep. You think it's possible? I don't know. Maybe.
Now, Tony's asking about the Biddy Design drag bodies.
They have been in transit since the 28th, I think, of last month. So,
wow.
Yeah, well,
this has been the most eagerly anticipated body I think that we've ever had, isn't it?
I agree.
Every man
Definitely.
has wanted one.
It looks really good.
These are going to go on slashes. These are going to go on velo cars. These are going to go
anywhere,
on drag races.
Anywhere. So
hopefully
we'll see them next week.
I have seen a couple that have been painted up, and they look phenomenal.
They really do.
I agree.
They knocked it out of the park with this one.
They are due any day now. In fact, they're probably overdue, and hopefully they come in early to mid next week.
Hopefully, yes. Sounds good. Very good. All right.
Mr. Coaching Shorts, the reckons I should work to perf time. That way I could get a finish.
Maybe even like, I don't know, Spain time or Europe time.
Yeah. Even if I can't get them finished, I'll still work on these. I'll make sure I do finish them. So keep an eye out on them, and you'll see their progress as they go.
I'll be mediating, Beach, to make sure you're not cheating.
What?
You can't enter in afterwards and say, "Oh no, it was done before." I'll be keeping an eye on you.
Why not?
Mate,
I
I
can do
don't
whatever I
trust
want.
you. You're shifty, mate. You're shifty.
I'm not always shifty, only sometimes.
Go on. All right, then. I think we are at the end for tonight, are we?
Hmm.
Very good.
I'm done.
Yeah. Cool.
Good.
Stick a fork in it.
Indeed. Let's go for dinner for the weekend. So, guys, thank you very much for joining us, everyone. Big night. We had quite a few people watching tonight.
Cool.
The
That's
bullet,
good.
the bullet is ready for the weekend. And again, we're going to have quite a few videos coming out this week and over the weekend. I think someone before was asking about the 3D GP car, which is coming along quite well. We just done quite a few videos. So there's a video coming up this Sunday again.
Yes, on Sunday. Yeah, look out for the next one.
And I think there's another Phantom build coming through, almost at the end there, hopefully. How many more? 2 or 3 more to go. Yeah. And again, quite a few tutorials and different videos coming through. So join us through the week on the social media and comment along. Let us know what you'd like to see next week. We can actually talk about the Mech Visor, perhaps.
YD2 next week.
BJ can already see into next week.
Nice.
Hey?
You can already see into next week with those on.
Yeah.
I can.
What's the weather going to be Sunday, mate?
You want to know what I'm looking at?
Go on. Very good.
All right. Make a big difference.
Thank you, everyone.
Thanks for joining
us.
Thank you for having me, guys.
Have a good night.
Take
See you
care.
later.
Trash the bullet.